Hello. We'll try the part 2. I'm so sorry for the confusion. I lost the live feed and I couldn't get the live video back up, so I apologize for that. But we were talking on page 23, Leah Unveiled for week 3. To go ahead and finish up, I had just read, we can exist as we perform obligations and duties, but God didn't intend for us to numbly exist. It is by delighting in Him, abiding in His love, and being a conduit of His love to others, that our joy will be full. If only Jacob could have trusted his God enough to give him a love for Leah, life would have been much happier for their relationship. And any other way, apart from God's way, is going to be tainted by sin, by raw, by evil, that seeks for our ruin, never for our benefit. Only God's love, only God's peace can move us from just existing, even in the midst of our sorrows, even in the midst of being hated and rejected, to put on a love that is not our own making, that is not in our strength, but that agapeo, that divine nature and divine power, as 2 Peter says, is a love that moves us to see our eternal worth. Our eternal purpose of living is not just earthly. And it can help lift our eyes to see that what God has pursued us for is for the very good. He will work all things together for the good of those who love Him. Trust, believe, proclaim them. To others, yes, but trust, believe, and proclaim that to yourself as well. We need to remind ourselves of that gospel message, that God sees us. So may we live loud this truth that Leah proclaims to us. And she doesn't proclaim it from the comforts of having all her desires and wants fulfilled. She is in the midst of pain. She is in the midst of longing for something that is good and something that is right. And as we close, if you find yourself merely existing right now, are you willing to ask God, cry out to Him, and ask Him to find ways that you can delight in and bond with Him? And also do so with those involved in your life. Remember, we have a God who is aware of our innermost, unspoken need at any given moment. And we see Leah proclaim this in her firstborn son, Reuben. See, be intellectually aware of a blessing. That we call ourselves to recognize that, and then be able to call others to recognize the amazing and astonishing, awesome power of a God who loves us and a God who raha sees us. I hope you have a blessed week, and that the time of meditating on how the God sees you will be an encouragement to your hearts. And if you're watching this video on replay later in the week, right now we have just finished part 2. So scroll back into the videos and capture the part 1. We had some technical difficulties there, and I'm not sure what happened, but hopefully you're able to go back and find part 1 of week 3 of Leah Unveiled, Existing versus Living, and be encouraged this week. Also, feel free to comment on different parts of the chapter that stood out to you, may have been new things to consider, or ways that you can engage in a conversation of experiences maybe that you have had in rejection and oppression, and what scriptures stood out to you in those moments to help you hang on and look back to the Lord and be able to gain strength from those. Please share those in the comments, and I will be keeping an eye on that during the week to see if you need to respond, or let us also know on Christian Women's Book Club how we can be praying for you in whatever season you're going through, or rejoice with you if you're coming out of a time of sorrow in a season, and let us know. Thank you so much. God's blessing on you. Take care. And until next week, enjoy reading chapter 4. It is titled Undivided Attention, and we will be looking at the name Simeon.